How's it going, everyone? Obviously, the last week or so has been huge for game updates and game news, and that is not going to slow down anytime soon, so just pack a lunch and be prepared for a wild ride over the next couple of weeks when it comes to game announcements and game news. Want to highlight some of the PlayStation 4 and 5 game updates that I haven't talked about over the last week or so. So, let's go into it. We've got about 5 games to go over, a huge update on a fighting game, an upcoming game that a lot of you guys might not be that excited about, but man, I gotta say it's looking pretty good. Big free-to-play game headed on over to PlayStation 5, and a couple of JRPGs as well, so we'll get to the JRPGs at the end. But first of all, I definitely want to give a shout to Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2. Now, sometimes with Warhammer 40k, there's like 8 billion games coming out, and it's like a little bit hard to get excited for them and follow everything. However, this is a game that looks fantastic, an over-the-top, action-heavy third-person title with some gorgeous visuals and monster slaying. This is a gruesome action game as well, and it looks like something everybody can get really into, even if you have no attachment to Warhammer. This is going to be a game that I think is going to be one of the more surprising games of the year, and it is due out in 2023, so you know how I like to get updates on games that are coming out in the near future. This is exactly one. A Warhammer event is going on, like the Skulls event. There's a lot of deals and whatnot running. 40k Space Marine 2 is coming to next-gen platforms only, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, and PC. The game notes, the galaxy is in peril, entire worlds are falling apart, the Imperium needs you. Embody the superhuman skill and brutality of a Space Marine, the greatest of the Emperor's warriors, unleash deadly abilities and an arsenal of devastating weaponry to obliterate the relentless hordes, hold at bay the horrors of the galaxy in epic battles on a far-flung planets, uncover dark secrets, and drive back the everlasting night to prove your ultimate loyalty to humanity. Head the call of battle, for there is only war. Warhammer 40k Space Marine 1 came out a long time ago, but that game was pretty good as well, and this one looks to be an action game I think a lot of you guys can get into. Game looking pretty solid, and again, it is scheduled to be released sometime this year, probably sometime in the fall, I would say October, September, November, somewhere around that range. Alright, moving on from that, well, I don't think this game needed to be on the PlayStation Showcase. This is a major free-to-play title that is headed on its way over to PS4 and PS5, and that is Tower of Fantasy, coming to PlayStation consoles this summer. The core of Tower of Fantasy is exploration and adventure. For this reason, we created a huge open world for players. You'll become a wanderer and start your adventure journey in a post-apocalyptic wasteland world named Asperia. Of course, this is just the beginning. There is Avera ahead, where it's completely different from Asperia. This is a dreamland composed of the boundless desert and a cyberpunk city. Vera also has a 3-dimensional underwater world called Grand Sea. Different from the terrestrial ecosystem, you can dive into the bottom of the sea and swim with fish schools. Being in the ocean, fighting, and exploring are other experiences. The newly opened area, Domain 9 of the game, is a brand new oriental magic world with obvious stylized art style, which is quite different from Asperia and Vera. Obviously, this is very much an emphasis on multiplayer within the gameplay. The adventure in the open world is not alone. Tower of Fantasy provides multiplayer game options. You can team up with friends, take pictures, and interact with each other in the world. You can also join a crew and complete more difficult tasks with other members. You can also explore the world on your own. The way you play is entirely up to you. Pre-orders for Tower of Fantasy are coming soon, and pre-orders can provide Wanderer supply packs and rare items to support your adventure, but the game itself is free to play. They just have like the premium pre-order options, and you can get 48 hours of early access to enter the game. Again, the game is a free-to-play title. Been out on Steam and PC and mobile platforms for a while as well, but it'll finally be making its way to PS4 and PS5 sometime this summer. Alright, next up, a lot of talk around fighting games these days. Street Fighter 6, obviously, just a few days away, and one that I'm very excited for, Tekken 8. Tekken 8 has gotten a brand new trailer, a Bryan Fury gameplay trailer, showcasing his playstyle, so you can check that out. I was a big fan of Tekken 7, and growing up, Tekken was one of the fighting games that I more so gravitated towards. You know, Tekken 3 is one of those games that I grew up with, but I love Tekken 7, and that was a game that when I had friends over, we would just gather around the PS4 and play the hell out of Tekken 7. You know, obviously, these days I don't get competitively into fighting games as much, but I will be checking out Street Fighter 6, and I will be checking out Tekken 8. Tekken 8 looks incredibly stylish. The Tekken series is breaking into a new era. The longest-running story in a video game franchise is coming back with state-of-the-art graphics and powerful new rivalries, and this will be a true next-gen title. It's only on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, and PC, so no PS4 release on Tekken 8, and I I kind of like that. You know, it's time for Tekken to move on into the next generation, and so far what we've seen out of Tekken 8 has looked fantastic in the Bryan Fury gameplay. Once again, incredibly stylish as far as that's concerned. Lastly, I do want to talk a couple of JRPGs. First of all, Disgaea 7 Vows of the Virtueless has gotten a release date for PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Nintendo Switch, and PC. It'll be coming on October 3rd in North America, October 6th in Europe, and October 13th in Oceania. Publisher NIS America has announced. Disgaea 7 is the latest in the long-running tactical JRPG series. The demonic realm of Hinamoto is changing, and the days of noble warriors are numbered. Caught up in the commotion, the lazy samurai Fuji and the Bushido girl Perlica find unlikely allies in each other as they fight against a tyrannical regime while discovering the meaning of honor and redemption. Embark on an epic strategy RPG adventure stuffed to the brim with new features including gemification, hell mode, item reincarnation, new and improved auto battle, and online ranked battles. You can even customize your own team with a robust roster of over 40 characters, combat to the max, loaded with new content, allies and arms. The combat potential is limitless with over 40 character classes, including 4 brand new additions and a warrior's world inspired by feudal Japan. The setting of Disgaea 7 Vows of the Virtueless draws its root from ancient and modern history and beautifully tells a tale of redemption. Now, bear in mind, Disgaea, for those of you that haven't played the games, these games can get pretty grindy, and they're definitely not for everyone, but the comedy, the art style, and the narrative, those are usually pretty enjoyable, and if you're into tactical JRPGs, you'll probably enjoy it. You know, maybe wait for a discount, but these games also do hold up in price for quite a long time, so bear that in mind as well. But Disgaea 7 Vows of the Virtueless does drop on October 3rd. And lastly, while we don't have a domestic release date for Ys 10 Nordics, Ys 10 Nordics is scheduled to launch September 28th in Japan. Now, Ys has been one of the most consistent JRPG franchises over the last decade. Ever since Ys 8 dropped, Lacrimosa of Dana, we have seen consistent Ys releases, and best of all, over here in North America, it's not like there's a lengthy wait anymore for these Ys titles to come stateside. Sure, would it be great if they were day and date? Obviously. So, with Ys 10 dropping in September in Japan, I would say probably a year window is what you are looking at. The time frame with Ys 9 actually lines up pretty well with Ys 8. Ys 9 came out in September of 2019 in Japan, and then it ultimately came out in North America in February of 2021. Hopefully that window gets a little bit smaller. A year and a half for JRPGs to make their way over to North America. Still kind of lengthy, you know, with a lot of franchises finally going the route of day-and-date releases or very quickly being released over here stateside. There's franchises like the Trails series and Ys, which are comfortably more of a second, third tier JRPG series in terms of notoriety compared to your, you know, your Final Fantasies, your Kingdom Hearts, and even your Tales of the World. Ys and Legend of Heroes are comfortably a notch below them in terms of notoriety and in terms of mainstream appeal. You can't even really consider those level of JRPGs mainstream, but you guys get the idea. But hopefully they continue to be supported stateside, and at the very least, we are getting them at some point in the States, and Ys 10 is shaping up to be quite nice. If you have yet to pick up Ys 8 or Ys 9, both games are available on PlayStation Plus Extra, and both games are great JRPGs, and you can jump into Ys with any of the titles, so don't worry too much about that. But Ys 10 Nordics dropping September 28th in Japan, and that's gonna do it for me. Again, Warhammer 40k Space Marine, that game looks fantastic. You definitely should be on the lookout for that, dropping sometime in 2023. Tower of Fantasy coming to PS5 and PS4 this summer, free-to-play title there. Tekken 8, also looking at incredibly sleek. Disgaea 7 dropping October 3rd, and Ys 10, hopefully we get a Western release date for that at some point. That'll do it for me. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.